Hello, my name is Kathy Dang.
My name is Ria Desai.
My name is Rosalind Eccles.
My name is Phoebe Shu.
My name is Jacob Caldwell.
And this is our sustainability project proposal for the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina.
In 2021, the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina distributed 138,400,000 pounds of food, 37.3% of that being produce. The issue with receiving produce and other perishable food is that it goes bad quickly, wasting food that could be going back to the community. According to a study done by the Westchester Polytechnic Institute, 30% of food pantry volunteers said that food was often discarded. Additionally, in the responses we received from you, it was confirmed that food waste is one of the food bank's major concerns.
We interviewed a past volunteer at the food bank, and they said that transparency about environmental sustainability was one of the main things they look for when volunteering for a charity. They said that their motivation for volunteering was based on making a difference, including the environment. From this, we can learn that it is important to track and reduce food waste as much as possible, to attract more volunteers and improve public image.
The food bank works over a 34-county service and partners with Feeding America. Because the food bank is a non-profit organization, any food waste produced is money wasted. The Fresh Produce program allows the food bank to partner with farmers and retailers to collect and redistribute food in efforts so that the food doesn't go to waste.
Reducing food waste helps the environment, which is extremely crucial right now. Food waste goes to landfills and produces greenhouse gases that contribute more to climate change. The food bank stated in their responses that they are already composting food waste and making efforts to recycle what they can to minimize their environmental impact. However, there is no information online regarding your composting efforts, and there is still more that can be done to fight food waste within the food bank.
Our goal for the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina is to reduce food waste by 10% by the end of 2023. There's no record of how much food waste is currently being produced, so 10% is just a small number to start with in the short term, but it will still make a big difference. We propose that the food bank should expand on their current efforts of composting food waste to reduce the amount that they produce overall.
The main source of produce for the food bank is unsellable food grown by farmers. So to help sustainability of this supply chain, we can return food waste and scraps we produce to the farmers in the form of compost or animal feed. This creates a cycle of fresh produce going into the food bank and food waste going back to the farmers. This way, both the food bank and the farmers benefit and help cover costs and supply needs, while helping the community and the environment along the way.
To better understand our goal, we have developed 4 steps that you should follow.
Step 1. The food bank should begin tracking the food waste volume and identify any sources of food waste. The food bank should focus on the production of compost by purchasing necessary equipment and beginning to compost as much produce as possible, as well as trying to bring in more volunteers. After we start tracking the food waste volume, we will order composting machines that match the amount of food waste we produce.
Step 2. Give the compost and animal feed to farmers and growers who partner with the food bank or sell the compost to other local businesses that need it. This benefits the community because the food bank will be reusing the food waste and giving it back to farmers and growers that support us, like the cycle showed.
Step 3. The food bank will educate the public on the problem of food waste in individual households through local events and social media. They will also make it clear to donors that they want donations of non-perishable goods. Educating the food bank and the public on the expiration of food can reduce the amount of food that is thrown away that could have been eaten. This will help solve the problem from the root and lessen the need for steps 1 or 2.
And lastly, step 4. The food bank should continue with the ongoing plan of conserving food and eliminating as much food waste as possible. They should analyze the food bank's annual food waste volume across the years and gauge how they have improved, and locate where they can adjust the initiative to make it more effective. The website and social media should stay up to date with this information to bring more awareness to the problem.
In previous cases, companies with a goal to reduce food waste have struggled with recording food waste volume, which affects how effective their plan is. The food bank should start recording food waste volume not only to see progress in reducing the waste, but also to inform the public. The food bank should also continue maintaining the compost machines annually, in which the cost will fluctuate depending on how much compost is produced by the machines that year.
In our immediate cost, the food bank should invest in better equipment that will increase the productivity of producing compost. This can cost approximately $4,000 per machine. A truck that can transport the compost and food scraps should also be purchased or rented if the food bank doesn't already own one. A new dump truck might cost around $100,000. Overall, the starting investment in this project will cost from $10,000 to $110,000 if the food bank chooses to buy a new truck.
Long term, the food bank should plan on consistently investing part of their budget into this project to keep it running. The expenses would mostly go towards transportation fees, such as gas and driver salaries. If the food bank also plans to attend local events to educate the community about food waste, the cost to attend and organize the event will also be included. The budget for those events should be about $1,000.
In summary, we plan to reduce food waste by 10% by the end of 2023. Excess produce can be converted into compost and animal feed, creating a virtuous loop between the community, farmers and growers, and our food bank. We can do this through a 4-step implementation plan and will include composting, distribution, outreach, and tracking our food waste volume. This would cost an estimated $50,000 as a starting investment. Thank you for your time, and I hope you will consider our proposal.